Welcome to the LBS Financial Credit Union Pyramid as Long Beach State men's basketball takes on Cal State Bakersfield. I'm Bruce Kuntz alongside Alex Prado, and you are listening to 22 West Radio, broadcasting live at 88.1 FM KKJZ HD3 Long Beach. The Beach had won 3 of their last 4 games before suffering a 10-point loss on Thursday at first place UC Irvine. They now stand at 5-11 overall and 1-3 in conference play, with plenty of time left to climb up the Big West leaderboard. Chris Acker's squad has played their best basketball of the season over the last month. Freshman guard Gavin Sykes posted his 9th 20-point performance of the season on Thursday. Sykes ranks among the top 10 freshman scorers in the nation and leads the Beach with 18 points per game. Sophomore forward Petar Majstorovic had 15 against the Anteaters to follow up his career high of 25 points last week against Cal Poly. The Roadrunners enter at 8-9 overall and 2-3 in conference. They beat UC Riverside in a nail-biter on Thursday, with senior guard Dylan Smith tallying his third 30-point game of the season. Interim head coach Mike Scott will be without senior guard CJ Hardy, the Runners' second leading scorer for tonight and potentially the foreseeable future due to an injury. Alex, this is an intriguing matchup for this Long Beach State offense as they look to get back into the win column.
Well, Bruce, we have plenty of key roles to talk about here. The first among them, Gavin Sykes, the true freshman, is leading the Beach in overall points, field goals made, free throws, and three-pointers. He's looking to prove himself to this brand-new Beach squad, and back in December, he was the first freshman since 1990 to hit 30 points in a game. Definitely some generational talent within him. Now, Petar Majstorovic is right behind him, averaging 14 points a game. The sophomore transfer from Syracuse has been a phenomenal second option, leading the team in field goal percentage. They also have DMX joining Long Beach for a second season here as a junior, the only returner for the squad, but he will not be available today for today's game due to a concussion he suffered a few days ago. Shaquille Bender is also an honorable mention at the guard position, who achieved his season high at UC Santa Barbara, scoring 19 points. He's averaging 9.3 per game this season. So, Bruce, Long Beach has won 2 straight games at home, and they're looking to keep the streak alive today.
Shaquille Bender, you mentioned, will be coming off the bench again in this game today. He's been a good scorer for the Beach, the third leading scorer at 9.3 points per game. He missed that game on Thursday at UC Irvine, had the flu, but now he'll be back for this one. Take it through the starting lineup. Rob Diaz, Cole Farrell, and Gavin Sykes, the backcourt for the Beach. Same 3 as it has been the last few games. Leopold Levelon and Petar Majstorovic, the 2 forwards. For Cal State Bakersfield, A.J. George starting at guard. He's a former Beach player, now at Bakersfield. Dylan Smith and Jaden Alexander, the 2 other guards. Ronald Jessamy starts at forward, and then Pierre Jeunesse Jr. at center. Jump ball happening at center court right now. Leopold Levelon wins it for the Beach. So Long Beach State gets the first possession of the game, and they're all home white uniforms. Rob Diaz moves over to the left wing, finds Leopold Levelon up top, right back to Diaz. Now Diaz moves up to the top and swings over to Farrell on the right wing. Right back to Diaz, swings to Sykes on the left side. Bakersfield in the zone. Now Diaz breaks it, tries to dump off, finds Sykes on the wing. His 3 is good. Nice find from Rob Diaz to get it out to the shooter on the wing, and Gavin Sykes knocks down a triple. 3-0 Beach to get things underway. Here's Dylan Smith. He's been a great scorer for Bakersfield in his first year as a runner. Hand off to A.J. George up top. He gets pressured. Cole Farrell out there with him. George now tries to pass down low. Gets a tip. It's a steal for Farrell. Rob Diaz has it. 3-on-1. Diaz bounce past to Sykes. He goes up strong. Can't finish, but gets a foul. It's going to be 2 free throws for Gavin Sykes, with the Beach already ahead 1-0.
Defense to offense right there. Yeah, 3-0. Defense to offense right there. Great play from them. On the first play, too, some good ball movement. Sykes was able to get that wide-open 3 for the first points of the game.
It was good hands from Cole Farrell on the defensive end to tip the pass from George as he tried to go into the post. Gavin Sykes to the free throw line, the true freshman for the Beach, at 78% this season as he knocks down the first one. Sykes has been a fantastic scorer for the Beach so far in his true freshman season. Originally from Sacramento, and makes both free throws here. 18 points per game for Gavin Sykes, and within the first minute, he's got 5. The Beach in a full court press. Bakersfield inbounds into the corner, gets it tipped, but eventually coming away. Jessamy off the inbound, gets it back off a tipped pass. Goes right into the post, passes out to George on the right wing. He penetrates, then dishes back out to Jaden Alexander. Alexander moves to his left, crosses over through the legs. Now he drives into the key, goes up strong, lays it up and in. Too physical right through Rob Diaz that time. We're a minute into the first half, 5-2 Beach. Rob Diaz takes across the timeline. Front of the logo, gets a screen from Levelon, moves to the right wing. Now Diaz calls for a clear out. Levelon gets a pass, goes back to Diaz. Bakersfield still in a zone. Diaz now goes over to the left side. Farrell back to Diaz to Sykes on the right side. He takes a long three. No good off the left side of the rim. A.J. George has the rebound. George takes it across himself. Of course, was with the Beach 2 seasons ago when they won the Big West and went on a run into March Madness. Jaden Alexander up top. Goes to the right wing. Jessamy. Jab step. Working on Majstorovic. Crossover through the legs. Now goes to George in the short corner. Goes back to the basket, working on Farrell. Goes into the key, throws it up with the left hand. No good. Offensive rebound, though, goes to Janess. He goes back to the top for Alexander. He drives with the left hand, lays it up strong. No good off the back iron. Gets his own rebound. One bounce, back up to the top. Wide open triple, no good off the front of the rim. And then a foul gets called. Dylan Smith had a wide open straightaway three. The foul is on the offensive glass against Pierre Janess. So the ball goes back to Long Beach State.
Yeah, a few offensive rebounds for Bakersfield there, giving them extra chances, but ultimately no points to come up for it.
Rob Diaz up top. The Beach swinging along the wing. Both forwards in the high post. Now it goes to Majstorovic on the left wing. He's going to take the three and knocks it down. The first shot of the game for Petar Majstorovic is a triple. 8-2 Long Beach State. Bakersfield with the ball back. Jaden Alexander pressured by Diaz just in front of the half-court line. Alexander now gets a screen, drives baseline, throws up a floater with the right hand and gets it to go. Alexander couldn't hit a layup on the last possession, but that was a much more difficult shot. He got to go this time. 4 points for Alexander. He's accounted for the entire Bakersfield offense so far. Rob Diaz to Levelon. Up at the top, just about 3 minutes in. It's 8-4 Long Beach State. Majstorovic in the right corner now. Squares up to the basket, finds Sykes rolling to the top. Off-ball screen, he drives, throws up a floater, no good off the back iron. A.J. George elevates for the rebound. George takes it across himself, goes to Alexander up top. Penetrates with the left hand, hands off along the wing. Now Smith drives right in. Big jump, throws it up off the glass, no good. Diaz tips the rebound to himself. 8-4, Diaz outlet up to Sykes. He slams it home. Rob Diaz saw his guard streaming down the lane in transition. Gavin Sykes with a wide open dunk. 10-4 Long Beach State.
That's great aggression from Sykes, running ahead of the pack and getting a free lane to the basket.
Jaden Alexander walks the ball up. Now drives with the right hand, but gets it poked out. It's a foul against Rob Diaz. Had some contact as he went for the steal. So Diaz picks up his first personal. 10-4 Beach, 16:38 to go in the first half. And now be Dylan Smith passing in from the sideline. Smith had 30 last time out. He goes into Jessamy, who finds Alexander up top. Alexander now over to Smith on the left wing. Guarded by Sykes. He finds George rolling to the top. He drives in, throws it up. No good. Ball bounces around the key, and Levelon eventually comes away with the rebound. Rob Diaz takes it up for the Beach, hesitates, drives into the key, lays it up strong, and gets it to go. Nice strong finish from Rob Diaz, and now Bakersfield has a man down. The help defender who came in to pressure Diaz got hit down, though. He's in some pain. It looks like that's Ronald Jessamy. Indeed, now he's back on his feet. Got hit in the stomach area, maybe just below the belt line. So you know what that means. He's back on his feet looking like he'll be okay, but didn't look comfortable.
That's a hard hit to follow up, but Diaz is really running Long Beach's defense right here. As you can see,
Beach
full
still
diamond press right here.
pressuring into the backcourt. Alexander passes to Jessamy. Now gets it back and takes across the half-court line just before a 10-second violation. We're 4 minutes in, 12-4 Beach. Alexander dribbling on the left wing. Jessamy comes up to the high post, now gets the pass. Majstorovic guarding him. Jessamy squares up to the basket. Couple of jab steps. Now drives with the left hand and lost it out of bounds. It was poked out by Majstorovic. The ball stays with Bakersfield from the baseline. And they'll hit the sub-16 media timeout. 12-4, a good start for Long Beach State. Already Gavin Sykes with 7.
Great defense, Bruce. And ultimately, alternating to the offense, Rob Diaz has been pressuring the offense over there above the arc, trying to get them locked down early before they even get inside. And ultimately, 12 points for Long Beach is what says it all.
3 assists for Rob Diaz early on in the first half. We've got 15:53 to go. 12-4 Long Beach State here on 22 West Radio. Long Beach State with a strong start to this game. They're up 12-4, just about 4 minutes in. So Long Beach State with an 8-point lead. They've got a couple of guys missing tonight. DMX is out with a concussion that he sustained on Thursday at UC Irvine. They've also still got Christian Jones unavailable. He's missing his 4th straight game with a knee injury. Dallas Washington is back suited up for the Beach. The 4-star freshman was also suited up on Thursday, but did not play. He's missed 8 straight games. 7 of those he was unavailable due to an ankle injury, but we'll see if Dallas Washington gets back onto the floor tonight at some point for the first time in over a month. Bakersfield inbounding from the baseline. It's Waller looking for a pass. Finds the center to Ness. Hands right back to Waller. Only 4 to shoot. Up top. Now driving Purnell. Kicks out. Alexander takes the triple and gets it to fall. Was moving the other direction and difficult moving 3-point jump shot from the right wing, but Alexander makes it. Has some words for Gavin Sykes on the other end. 12-7 Long Beach State. Cole Farrell up at the top. Bakersfield now has gone into a man. Off-ball screen. Got Sykes some space in the corner, but they're going to call a moving screen against Leopold Levelon. So it's a turnover for the Beach.
Yeah, Levelon just kind of got ahead of himself there. Got plenty of room for Sykes, but didn't get the foot down early enough.
Shaquille Bender now checks in. Cole Farrell goes to the bench for the Beach. Jack Bender missed that game at UC Irvine on Thursday. Beach's 3rd leading scorer has played all 16 games off the bench this season. Driving in, picking up his dribble. Jessamy goes up, can't finish the layup in the paint. Then the ball gets tipped out of bounds on the baseline. It'll stay with Cal State Bakersfield.
Jessamy had a clean look on the right side of the glass and kind of tripped over himself last second.
Kadar Waller inbounding again. Throws it all the way up to the top for Alexander. He drives right away with the left hand. Goes up strong. No good. Offensive rebound, though, goes to the guard, Dylan Purnell. As he falls out of bounds, throws it back in, and it's stolen by Diaz. Rob Diaz on the other side. Goes up strong and gets a foul. Rob Diaz going coast to coast quickly again, and he's going to get 2 free throws.
Rob Diaz being super aggressive at the beginning of this game on the defensive end and offensive end, as we can see here. Driving down the lane, not waiting for anyone else in the pack, and he's going to get that foul every single time.
Looks like the Beach have a game plan here to push the pace in transition. Rob Diaz at the free throw line makes the first one, 71% on the season. Shea Johnson Jr. will check in for the first time tonight for Long Beach State. Leopold Levelon goes to the bench. Chris Acker letting his forward know Shea Johnson as he checks in to rebound. Pierre Jeunesse back in for Cal State Bakersfield as well. Jessamy to the bench. Rob Diaz shooting a second free throw. Up and good. So just shy of 5 minutes into the first half. It's 14-7 Long Beach State. Beach back out of their press. It's Waller taking across for Cal State Bakersfield. Moves to the left wing and looks up to the top. Alexander comes to get it. He's got all 7 points for Bakersfield so far. Hands back to Waller. Waller crosses over on Diaz. Then moves to the right wing. Crosses over again. Swings to Tom Mark at the top. Mark drives in, kicks out to Waller. He takes the triple from the right wing. It rims around and falls. Kadar Waller has his first 3 points of the game. 14-10, Long Beach State still up by 4. Rob Diaz dribbles across, pressured by Waller right at the half-court line. Gavin Sykes moves to the left wing, but now Shea Johnson Jr. sets a screen for Diaz. He kicks out to Bender. Bender drives right in, jump stop, and he lost the ball. It's a steal for Dylan Purnell. Gets it to Waller. Waller takes across for Bakersfield, finds Alexander on the right wing. He drives fast, Euro step into the paint, throws it up, and gets a foul. Good move and a quick drive from Jaden Alexander. Quick into the shot clock. It's going to be 2 free throws for the redshirt junior.
Alexander is not afraid of the paint. We've seen it all game throughout these first 6 minutes. He's been attacking, especially when he's matched up with Diaz. He's a little more taller and stronger, especially on the inside, so he likes that matchup.
2 free throws here for Jaden Alexander, 84% on the year, and he knocks down the first one. Beach will make a sub at point guard now. Rob Diaz goes to the bench. Isaiah Lewis back in. Lewis started the first 13 games of the season at point guard, but then Rob Diaz moved in to the starting role a few games ago. Alexander makes them both. So it's 14-12. The runners staying close in the first half. Beach have controlled most of the pace so far. Petr Mestorovic inbounds to Lewis, who lost it out of bounds off the poke from Dylan Purnell. So it stays with Long Beach State, 2 seconds off the shot clock. Bakersfield in the full court press. Diaz getting doubled. Mestorovic needing to find a pass, just does get it into Sykes. Right back to Mestorovic. 5 seconds into the shot clock. He tries to hand off to Lewis. They got to throw it up towards the half-court line. Instead, it's a steal. Too good for Mark there. He gets the pass, put it up, and in, plus a foul. So a catastrophe there for Long Beach State. Petr Mestorovic had to try and throw the ball into the front court before a 10-second violation. The pass was picked off by Tom Mark. Then he got the ball right back on the block, threw it in, plus a foul. It's a chance for the runners to take their first lead here with Tom Mark going to the free throw line. Petr Mestorovic immediately checks out for the Beach after his turnover. J.J. Tchaikovsky into the game. Mark makes the free throw. So Cal State Bakersfield ahead for the first time. They're on an 8-0 run over the last 40 seconds. J.J. Tchaikovsky inbounds to Isaiah Lewis. Being pressured by Waller. Lewis now puts the ball on the hardwood. Trying to move across. Just does get across the half-court line. Passes to Bender. Bender drives in. Throws up a floater. No good. Too strong off the glass. Janest has the rebound. Cal State Bakersfield has completely messed up the Beach's offensive rhythm. Here's Alexander on the other end. It's an offensive foul as he tried to Euro step through the lane again. Gets called for a push with his left arm. So Bakersfield turns it over.
Yeah, on the defensive end for Bakersfield, this full court press is obviously working. These past 2 possessions have been kind of scrappy from Long Beach.
Long Beach hasn't made a shot from the floor in the last 2.5 minutes. Shaq Bender up to Isaiah Lewis. They break the press there. Mark almost poked it loose. Lewis trying to drive right in, but it's an offensive foul against Shea Johnson Jr. As Isaiah Lewis tried to drive into the paint, Shea Johnson made some space for him by pushing underneath the basket. Chris Acker making another frustrated sub. Shea Johnson Jr. checks out. Leopold Levelon back in the game.
Yeah, Levelon's going to be back in. Johnson Jr. just kind of getting a little too aggressive under the basket, trying to make a lane for his teammate there.
Tom Mark inbounding. Beach in a full court press now. He finds Smith in the backcourt. Smith calls for a clear. The Beach retreat into the backcourt, and Smith will bring it across. Gavin Sykes guarding. Now it goes off to Mark. Mark crosses over on Tchaikovsky. Hands off to Waller on the wing. Waller finds Smith on the right side. Smith hesitates. Now up at the top. Spin move. Jump stop right at the free throw line. Needs to find a pass. Gets it out to Waller. 6 to shoot. Waller now on the right wing. Crosses over on Tchaikovsky. Drives onto the block. Step back. Takes a fadeaway. Midi. No good, but a foul. And see, they're going to call it underneath. That's not a shooting foul against Tchaikovsky. Instead, it goes against Leopold Levelon underneath the basket as he was fighting on the defensive glass. So after the miss, Bakersfield gets a fresh 20 on the shot clock.
Yeah, Levelon's going to be fighting all day underneath the basket on the offensive end and defensive end, standing at 6'9".
Ronald Jessamy back into the front court for the Roadrunners. Smith gets the inbound, throws up a floater along the baseline. No good. Tchaikovsky has the rebound for the Beach. Getting pressured in the backcourt again. Tchaikovsky takes it up and then finds Bender on the other side of the floor. Shaquille Bender on the right wing. Crosses over, driving on Smith. Now Euro steps back out to the wing for Sykes. Sykes drives in, throws up a floater. A lot of contact, and he gets it to go. No foul, but Gavin Sykes with a strong finish. 13 minutes left in the first half. It's 16-15. Beach back ahead. Smith in the backcourt. Sykes pressuring him. Now he walks across. 10 seconds into the shot clock. Smith on the right wing. Up top for Jessamy. Jessamy, 2 dribbles, finds that back cutter, and A.J. George lays it up and in. Good find from the forward, Ronald Jessamy. A.J. George with his first 2 points in his return to the Walter Pyramid. 17-16 Roadrunners. Isaiah Lewis across the half-court line. Tchaikovsky sets a screen, then retreats towards the corner. Lewis looking for a pass. Crosses over a couple times behind the back. Now goes to Tchaikovsky up top. J.J. Tchaikovsky trying to find Sykes, but he's getting pressured by George. Now he does get the ball there, but it's tipped into the backcourt. A backcourt violation as Sykes can't handle the pass from Tchaikovsky. Sykes now will check out. There's been some frustrated subs in these last few minutes by Chris Acker. This is another one as he turns his back to Sykes as he walks to the bench. Rob Diaz back into the front court for the Beach. Also Dallas Washington coming off the bench for Long Beach State. So this is Washington's first appearance since all the way back on November 30th. Rolled his ankle against San Diego, and then the first game he was suited up back against Irvine on Thursday, didn't play. Washington now back into the front court, 6'10 freshman. A.J. George on the right wing, crossover and level on, passes down low. Jessamy just does keep it on his fingertips. Pump fake, 1 dribble, goes up again, but he's called for a travel.
Yep.
So good pressure there underneath the basket by Leopold Levelon, forces a turnover.
Yeah, Levelon with that pressure, as I mentioned earlier, using his physicality.
Shaquille Bender waves Cole Farrell to come into the backcourt to get the pass, and he obliges. Farrell takes a cross. Now calls for a clear, standing on the Long Beach State logo. Goes to Bender on the left wing. Bender scores up to the basket, screen on the right side, moves around it, takes the mid-range jumper, no good off the back iron. Rebound goes to Mark. Waller takes it, outlet up to A.J. George. He drives right into the key, steps through, left-handed layup is good. The lefty, A.J. George, cuts right across the key and gets the shot to fall. 19-16 Roadrunners. Dallas Washington picks up his dribble, getting doubled. Hands off to Diaz. Diaz moves in, takes a long two, and it rattles around and falls. Rob Diaz with 6 points now. Beecher back within a point.
Smart move from Diaz, trying to calm the pace and just taking a post jumper to put it in.
12-4 run for Cal State Bakersfield for the last 3+ minutes. A.J. George up at the top, crosses over, finds Waller, then sets a screen. Waller moves across it, now goes back to George. One dribble on the left block, pass underneath, and a slam, plus a foul! My goodness! Ronald Jessamy right underneath the basket off a great find from A.J. George. Elevates and slams it in, plus a foul on the beach. Jessamy with an emphatic flush underneath the basket will hit the media timeout, but after the break, Bakersfield will have a chance to extend their lead to 4.
Jessamy with such a smooth spin off the defender there, and then he got an open window, and of course, he had to go for the slam. So 3-point lead, and Bakersfield is up.
The true freshman, Dallas Washington, lost his man underneath the basket, and Jessamy makes him pay. 21-18 Roadrunners, a free throw for Cal State Bakersfield after the timeout on 22 West Radio. Cal State Bakersfield ahead 21-18 over Long Beach State. The Beach were ahead for much of the early part of this game. At one point led 12-4. That Bakersfield has rallied back. They're up by 3, and they'll have one free throw heading into the break. It was a great dunk from Ronald Jessamy, a poster right underneath the basket over the top of Dallas Washington, and got the foul. So Jessamy will have a free throw. 65% free throw shooter, junior forward, will step up to the line for one shot. 21-18 runners. Cal State Bakersfield trying to get back to 500 on the season with a win today. Jessamy makes the free throw, so converts the three-point play. Rob Diaz will inbound for the Beach, still full court press for Cal State Bakersfield. Beach moving slow. Diaz just does get it into level on, then gets the pass right back. Diaz crosses over in the backcourt. Bakersfield backs out of their press. Diaz onto the right wing. Crosses over again. 11 minutes left in the first half. Sykes back to Diaz. Now to Bender on the left side, getting doubled. They swing along the wing. Sykes to Diaz up top. He takes it straight on 3. It rims out. Level on was elevating for the rebound, but instead it goes to Ronald Jessamy. Bakersfield turns up the pace in transition. Alexander to the corner. Mark back to Alexander. To George up top. George, couple dribbles, hand off along the wing. Smith takes a triple, no good off the front of the rim. Good box out from level on, allows the rebound to go to Sykes. Outlet to Rob Diaz. He crosses over into the key, takes the shot, fading away, no good off the glass and then the iron. Rebound out to Alexander. He's in stride, drives right in, layup, no good, but a follow-through slam. Tom Mark, a putback, streaming down the lane. Nobody boxed him out, and as the layup rolled off the rim, Tom Mark slams it right back in. 24-18, Cal State Bakersfield. A couple of big highlights from the Roadrunners in this first half. Levelon on the left wing. Down low for Dallas Washington. Back to the basket. Washington now spin move. Steps through a couple defenders. Goes up and gets blocked. No real chance to get that one through. Jaden Alexander takes it across. Gives off. Jessamy lays it up and in. The Beach with another breakdown in transition defensively. And now Chris Acker will call timeout. Under 10 minutes to go in the first half, and it's the Runners ahead 26-18.
Yeah, it was too crowded down there. He was matched up 1 versus 2 there, 2 bodies right underneath the basket, and they couldn't translate on defense. The transition game has really been, you know, the name of the game for this matchup so far, Bruce. There's been a lot of transition balls, and in the beginning, Rob Diaz had some good pace on the transitions, but ultimately, these last few possessions, he hasn't gotten it done.
Ever since Cal State Bakersfield went into their full court press, that's completely changed the pace of this game. At first, Long Beach was the team that was pushing the pace up the floor and really getting it done in transition. Now it's Bakersfield that's doing that. The Beach playing on their heels, a 19-4 run for Cal State Bakersfield over the last 4 minutes and 56 seconds. The Runners ahead by 8. Long Beach after their 30-second timeout, looking to change their fortunes. Diaz inbounds level on, then gets it right back. Rob Diaz gets a screen in the backcourt and is able to move across the half-court stripe. Diaz up top, guarded by Alexander. Looks to the right side, finds Gavin Sykes, right back to Diaz. Bakersfield back into his zone. Diaz up top, gets a screen from Majstorovic, moves around it, bounce pass Levelon, up and under, layup is good. Nice job by the Beach to break the zone that time. Leopold Levelon finishes with the left hand. 26-20. Alexander takes it across, guarded by Farrell up top. He hands off to Price. Price around, gives to George. George to the left side for Mark. Mark crosses over on Majstorovic, drives to the left block, throws it up off the glass, and no good. The defense from Petar Majstorovic. Now pass to Diaz, almost got picked off in the backcourt. Right back to Majstorovic. He drives right in, steps through, and lays it up. Nice finish from Petar Majstorovic to split a couple of defenders. Chris Acker yelling at his guys to get back on defense. Still a 4-point lead for Cal State Bakersfield. Jaden Alexander on the logo, pressured by Farrell. George moves to the left wing. Now Alexander drives with the right hand, puts it up off the glass. No good, but a foul. Cole Farrell didn't even get off the ground, but still enough contact to get 2 free throws for Jaden Alexander.
Yeah, Alexander has not been shying away from the paint, as we mentioned earlier, going up on the right side, and he almost got the N1 too. It just rimmed out at the last second, but he's going to be getting 2 at the stripe this time.
Jaden Alexander, 84% on the season. Makes the first. He's got 10 points now in this first half, the leading scorer total in the game. Gavin Sykes, the Beach's leading scorer, with 9. Rob Diaz goes to the bench with Isaiah Lewis back in as the point guard for Long Beach State. Bakersfield also makes a sub. Dylan Parnell comes back in for A.J. George. It's been interesting to see how the Roadrunners have handled the absence of C.J. Hardy, their usual starting point guard, missing his 2nd straight game. It's been Jaden Alexander who's run the point. He makes both free throws here, so Alexander already with 11 points, go alongside 3 rebounds and 1 assist in this first half. Petar Majstorovic in the backcourt being pressured, crosses over a couple of times. Now back to the half-court line, needs to find a pass, and it's a 10-second violation. Majstorovic picked up his dribble just behind the half-court stripe, and then he couldn't get a pass away. The press continues to work wonders for the Roadrunners, and they force a turnover.
Long Beach is playing pretty frantically because of this full court press. And you got to wonder, Bruce, how long can Santa Barbara keep up the full court press going back and forth on both ends?
Jaden Alexander across for Cal State Bakersfield. 3 bodies in the area. Alexander now drives with the left hand, goes down hard, and gets called for a travel. Nice job by Cole Farrell to stand his ground on a hard drive. Alexander still down. You could hear his left arm especially hit the ground hard. Now gets help to his feet.
Try to get a jump stop there and just kind of slipped at the last second. He was looking for the foul, but didn't get it.
Dallin Smith comes back in for the Roadrunners. Long Beach with the ball back, trailing by 6, 28-22 Roadrunners, 8.5 left in the first half. Isaiah Lewis getting pressured in the backcourt. Alexander guarding him, crossover through the legs 3 times, now a 4th and a 5th. He's across the half-court line. Lewis up top, goes to Sykes, rolling around. Sykes goes to the high post for Levelon. Levelon looks for a pass back to Sykes. Now he takes a straight-on 3-pointer, and it's nothing but nylon. Gavin Sykes into double figures now with 12 as he hits the 3. Beach back within one possession, 28-25 Roadrunners. 8 minutes to go in the first half. Alexander handoff on the left wing to Smith. Smith to Purnell. Purnell crosses over up top, driving on Isaiah Lewis. Jump stop on the left block, now back out. Here's a three from Alexander. No good off the back iron. Rebound goes to Isaiah Lewis, but he stepped out of bounds. Secured it right along the baseline, and he's going to give the ball right back to Cal State Bakersfield.
And a good effort from Purnell right there, too, jumping up in the air, trying to get that offensive rebound. And that's what caused Long Beach to turn over the ball.
Just enough pressure, and Lewis couldn't keep his foot in bounds. We hit the sub-8 media timeout. Cal State Bakersfield with the ball after the break. They're ahead 28-25 on 22 West Radio. (28-25), Cal State Bakersfield ahead of Long Beach State. 7 minutes and 49 seconds to go in the first half of play. It's Bakersfield with the ball from the baseline. Alex, Cal State Bakersfield started out a bit slow, but ever since they've gone into that full court press, it's been all Roadrunners.
Yeah, and it's been a physical game on the inside. 14 points from the paint for Santa Barbara. Bakersfield, excuse me, and 10 for Long Beach.
Inbound goes to A.J. George. He spins right underneath the basket. Now goes out to the wing. George up top for Jessamy. Jessamy, couple of dribbles, drives on Mestorovic, spin into the paint, and he lets it go and gets it to fall. Nice shot from Ronald Jessamy. Looked like he was going to have to pass out of it, but instead just let it fly. Got the mid-range jumper to go. 30-25. Cal State Bakersfield ahead by 5. Lewis up top, gets a screen from Levelon, moves to the right wing, now goes to Sykes up top. Sykes puts the ball on the floor, throws up a lob. Mestorovic gets a goaltending call as he caught the lob, tried to throw it up a layup off the glass, but Jeunesse was a little bit late. So it's a goaltend against Cal State Bakersfield. Credit the 2 points to Petar Mestorovic and the assist to Gavin Sykes. 3-point lead again. Bakersfield pressured in the backcourt. Finds George up top. He drives right in. Lost the ball, though, as he tried to go for a dump off down in the paint. Gavin Sykes takes it across. 7 minutes left. Pass to the corner. Farrell drives baseline. Euro step. Throws it up, but can't get it to fall. Layup no good. Pierre Jeunesse Jr. the rebound for Cal State Bakersfield. Waller takes across for the Roadrunners. Pressured by Isaiah Lewis. Waller passes up top to George. Former Long Beach State guard. George crosses over, finds Waller. He takes the triple, no good, too strong. Petar Majstorovic with a strong rebound for the Beach. Gavin Sykes moves across, screen from Levelon, moves around it to the right. Now Kuntz all the way to the other corner. Lewis 3 doesn't fall, rattled around and then just missed it. 30-27 Roadrunners. Waller on the other end. Screen on the left side from Jessamy. Finds George on the left side. He hands off to Smith. Smith rolls around. Gets it stripped. It's a steal for Isaiah Lewis. Outlet goes right up to him. 2-on-1. Lewis finds Majstorovic. His layup no good. Gavin Sykes right there, though, on a putback. Got pushed to the ground. Didn't get the foul, but got the shot to go. Long Beach back within a point. Good work from Gavin Sykes to clean that one up, as Petar Majstorovic would have been hurting with that wide open layup he couldn't finish. Waller up top. Screen on the left side from Jeunesse. Now he picks up his dribble just in front of the half-court line and finds Smith. Smith on the right side, 10 to shoot. Jeunesse screen on the left. Smith hesitates, now passes the corner. George pump fake, drives into the key. Throws up a floater with the left hand. No good off the back iron. Ball goes out of bounds off of George. Good strong defense there from Cole Farrell to force the miss. Couple of subs coming in for Long Beach State. Rob Diaz and Shaq Bender both into the backcourt. Wave of subs also on for Bakersfield. Jaden Alexander back in alongside Mark Price. Rob Diaz across the half-court line. Hands off to Gavin Sykes on the left wing. Sykes squares up. Looks for a pass. Goes back to Diaz. Almost got it poked loose. Picks up his dribble. Now goes over to Shaquille Bender. Bender on the right wing. Sykes flying around the wing. Gets the handoff. Now screen on the left side. Sykes moves around it. Steps through at the free throw line. Pass down low to Majstorovic. He gets some contact and gets a foul. Majstorovic couldn't hit the shot, but a nice pump fake got his defender off the ground. So it'll be 2 shots from the free throw line for Petar Majstorovic.
Yeah, that's perfect for Majstorovic right there. Kind of running out of time. He only had 5 or 6 seconds left on the shot clock. He knew he was limited to what he could do, and that pump fake saved him a little bit. He's going to get 2 shots.
73% from the line this year. Majstorovic makes the first one. Just shy of 15 points per game on the season. Majstorovic had a career-high 25 points and a double-double against Cal Poly in the last home game for the Beach. Was up at the Gold Mine. 15 points on Thursday against Irvine. No good on the second free throw, so Majstorovic makes one of the 2. We're all tied 30-30 with 5 minutes left in the first half. Alexander on the other side, moves around a screen. Up top, picks up his dribble, goes over to the right side. Price drives off the dribble, back out for Jessamy. Squares up on level on. Pump fake gets him off the ground. Spin move. Now goes back to the corner for Price. Price gets a screen. Drives with the left hand. Takes a mid-range jumper. Strong contest from Bender. Rebound tipped up in the air. And then level on grabs it. Petar Majstorovic gets the outlet pass. Moves across the half-court line. Tries to pass down low for his cutter. Ball loose along the baseline. But it is a steal for Cal State Bakersfield. Really wasn't a lane to get to down low there. But now a pass picked off by Majstorovic on the other end. Diaz takes a cross. Pass out to Bender. He takes the triple, no good in transition. Both sides look a little tired right now. Cal State Bakersfield in a scoring drought over 3 minutes long. It's 30-30, 4:10 left. AJ George lost his handle and went to the ground. It's a steal for Shaq Bender. 2-on-2, bounce pass to Diaz. He goes up and is able to finish. Rob Diaz with 8 points in the first half, and the Beach are back ahead by 2.
You can always count on Diaz to kind of switch the tone here. It's been a little bit messy on both ends, but Diaz is reliable as ever.
And now we're going to have a stoppage. AJ George is down on the other end of the floor. He went down hard, lost his footing. Looked like his feet slipped out from underneath him. And as soon as that last play ended, George sat down on the ground to get a stoppage. He's limping on what looks to be his left ankle. So AJ George, of course, was one of the best players on the Beach squad a couple of years ago that went to March Madness. Nobody in this building wants to see him hurt. He'll limp off towards the bench with an athletic trainer from Cal State Bakersfield. 4 minutes and 1 second left in the first half. It's 32-30 Beach on 22 West Radio. Just about 4 minutes left in the first half. It's 32-30, Long Beach State over Cal State Bakersfield. A 7-0 run in the last 3+ minutes for Long Beach State. Bakersfield with the ball coming out of the timeout. Sorry, Alex.
You're good, Bruce. Super physical game here. 16 points in the paint for both teams here. Gavin Sykes leading the way with 14.
2-point lead for the Beach. Bakersfield inbounds in the backcourt. Long Beach backs out of their press. Rob Diaz still a bit of pressure, but then Waller dribbles across on a walk. Waller gives up top to Jessamy. Jessamy, a couple of dribbles on the wing now, hands off to Alexander. He drives straight into the key, throws it up through contact, and got it to fall. A good finish there from Jaden Alexander. 32-32. 3 minutes and 35 seconds left in the first half. Rob Diaz up top. Shea Johnson Jr. set a screen, now clears out. Diaz looking around for Bender. Off-ball screen, got him some space. He gets the ball up top. Screen now on ball. Bender moves around it, dumps off down low, but it goes right through the hands of Johnson. Picked off by Mark. His bounce pass in transition to Alexander turns into an easy lay. Cal State Bakersfield back ahead off the Beach turnover.
Yeah, bad pass down the lane led to another point, and now they're up by 2.
34-32, Cal State Bakersfield ahead. Petar Majstorovic squares up to the basket in the post. Moves into the key, pump fake, moves around it, lays it up and in. Nice finish from Petar Majstorovic. Good post work, a couple of pump fakes, got him some space, and then he hit the layup.
Great big man move with that pivot foot twice in a row.
34 all. Under 3 minutes left in the first half. Waller standing up top, trying to call a play. Halfway through the shot clock, Waller moves over to the left wing. Mark sets screen, pass goes over to Alexander on the right side. Alexander looking in the post, 7 to shoot, back to Waller, back to Alexander. He crosses over on the right wing, back out for Purnell, takes the 3, no good off the back iron. Long rebound out to Gavin Sykes. Sykes moves across the half-court line. Up top, goes to Rob Diaz on the right wing. Diaz gets a screen from Majstorovic, finds his Majstorovic up top. Majstorovic hits the 3. Pick and pop for Petar Majstorovic. He hits the straight-on triple, and the Beach are ahead by 3.
He's 2 for 2 from beyond the arc. Only 8 3-point shots for the Beach in this entire game.
Dar Waller on the left wing. Looks for a pass, goes to Jessamy in the high post. He takes 1 dribble, couple pump fakes, fadeaway jumper, no good. Rimmed around but didn't fall. Rob Diaz with the rebound, takes across himself. Diaz up top, crossing over through the legs. Beach ahead by 3. Shea Johnson Jr. screen on the left side, drives left, now back to Johnson, over to Bender on the right wing. Bender gets a screen from Johnson, moves around it with the left hand, takes a floater, no good off the front of the rim. Ball tipped around, but the rebound goes to Dylan Purnell. Hand off to Waller, he takes across for Cal State Bakersfield. Waller steps back on the right wing, now passes over to the left side for Mark, to the corner. Purnell looks for a pass, finds Alexander rolling, now throws it in low for Mark. He finds his cutter up and through. Jessamy hits the layup as Petar Majstorovic went to the ground. Lucky he didn't get a foul called there.
Jessamy with a little extra bump on the end of that shot there just to make sure he had enough space.
Cal State Bakersfield back within a point. Up top, Gavin Sykes. Just about a minute left. Now Shea Johnson Jr. back to Sykes. Sets a screen. Sykes takes a long 3 and gets it to fall. A foul gets called after the shot is in. It's against Cal State Bakersfield. So Petar Majstorovic went to the ground. Tom Mark gets called for a foul after the shot was good. So after the triple from Sykes, the Beach will keep the ball.
Sykes is 3 for 4 from the 3-point line. A lot of 3-point action in these past 2 plays here after all this physicality in the paint.
56.6 seconds on the clock, and now they're going to review potentially for a flagrant on that foul against Mark. The officials will walk over to the video board, and we'll take a quick break on 22 West Radio. Long Beach State ahead by 4, 40-36 over Cal State Bakersfield. They're heading back out onto the floor. The officials still delivering the word to both benches, but it appears it will not be a flagrant foul against Tom Mark. So just a regular foul. Long Beach keeps the ball from the baseline with a 4-point lead, 56 seconds to go until a halftime break. Rob Diaz, the inbounder from the baseline. Leopold Levelon gets it, hands back to Diaz in the corner. Diaz looked longingly at the basket, but elects not to take the three. Moves around a screen up top now. Kicks to the wing for Farrell. He drives in with the left hand. Fadeaway jumper. Hits the rim twice, but doesn't fall. Jeunesse Jr. with the rebound for Bakersfield. Then he went down as he dumped the pass back to Waller. About a 14-second difference between the shot and game clocks. Waller moving slow across the timeline. Now passes up top for Smith. Smith, one dribble, hands back to Waller. Waller now drives with the left hand, step back, pass to the corner, picked off. Petar Mastorovich read it like a book. Here's Petar on the other end, steps through, lays it up, and good. Petar Mastorovich with a great play going coast to coast off his own steal. 42-36, Beach ahead by 6. Now Cal State Bakersfield moves across the half-court line. 10 seconds left, they'll hold for the last shot. Waller just in front of the logo, checks the clock, now calls for a screen. There's only 4 seconds left. Smith is going to take a long three, no good. Rebound goes to Levelon, and we'll head into the halftime break with Long Beach State ahead, 42-36.
Long Beach really cleaned up their act in the latter part of this first half, 42-36. In the beginning, they had a good run. Their largest lead came in the 16th minute. It was 12-4. They had a good lead there, but ultimately things got messy with that diamond defense from Bakersfield.
42-36, Long Beach State was able to bounce back and retake the lead from the halftime break. Gavin Sykes with 17, Petar Mastorovich with 15 in the first half alone. Good efficiency from both of the Beach's top 2 scorers. Also 6 assists for Rob Diaz. He's distributing well. 42-36, Beach ahead at the halftime break. We'll be back in about 14 minutes for the second half on 22 West Radio. Second half about to get underway between Long Beach State and Cal State Bakersfield. Well, just a reminder, I'm Bruce Kuntz alongside Alex Prado. You're listening to 22 West Radio, broadcasting live at 88.1 FM KKJZ HD3 Long Beach. Alex, Long Beach with a 42-36 lead over Cal State Bakersfield. What do you think the runners are going to be trying to adjust to get back on top?
Yeah, definitely on the defensive end, we got to make sure we protect the paint. For Bakersfield over here, they have 22 points in the paint. And also, we got to do better on our offense, kind of defending their defense, if you will, Bruce. Bakersfield has had that diamond defense, that full court press, since about maybe like the 5th or 6th minute in the first half, and it was detrimental for Long Beach to try to get past it.
Coming out of the break, it'll be Cal State Bakersfield with the first possession of the second half. Long Beach State ahead by 6 to begin the final 20 minutes of play. Cal State Bakersfield with the ball. Jaden Alexander running the point out of the locker room. He takes the ball across the half-court stripe, moves to the right wing, now passes down into the post. Right corner, Ronald Jessamy squares up to the basket, drives with the left hand, steps back, fadeaway jumper, no good, barely kissed the front of the rim. Rob Diaz the rebound for Long Beach State. A.J. George is back onto the floor for Cal State Bakersfield after he left with an injury midway through that first half. Petr Mastorovich up top, dribbles to the right wing, looks for a pass, finds Gavin Sykes on a bounce. Sykes jab step, now takes a triple, no good, off the left side of the rim. There's some pushing along the baseline, and it goes out of bounds off of Pierre Jeunesse Jr. Good pressure applied by Leopold Levalon to get the Beach another chance.
Levalon's definitely been active in this game so far. He's got 2 points on the inbound.
Masturovic, throws it in to Levalon, almost into the backcourt, but Levalon tracks it down. Now a bounce back pass to Farrell, and he gets a foul. Levalon threw it on a bounce to the back cutter. Cole Farrell missed the layup, but a late whistle will give him a couple of free throws.
A.J. George just got a little bit too jumpy right there. Picked up the foul for the other number 10, Farrell.
For George, that's his second personal. Cole Farrell at the free throw line for the first time. Got the shooter's touch to roll in on the first one. That's Cole Farrell's first point of the game here in the second half. For Long Beach State in the first half, they only had 4 players on the score sheet. 0 bench points. All 4 of those players to score were in the starting lineup. Farrell now misses the second free throw. Ball bounces around into the corner, out of bounds, and it's going to stay with Long Beach State. It was Leopold Levalon again that was providing pressure against Jaden Alexander. Ball bounced out of bounds over there. Now Alexander is limping on his right leg. Bakersfield's going to bring in a sub. Waller comes in, and Alexander will hobble his way to the bench. Could be another ankle injury for one of Cal State Bakersfield's starters.
Alexander, a big piece of this game. As you can see, he walked off the court there. He's got 15 total points in this game.
Now Bakersfield's going to call a 30-second timeout. They'll have the ball after the break. We'll keep it right here. Long Beach State at 5-11 overall this season, 1-3 in Big West play. Trying to move up the standings. For now, the Beach are tied for last place in the conference alongside UC Riverside at 1-3, but very early in the schedule, plenty of chance for the Beach to try and move up. It'll be all Big West play for the rest of the season, all the way until the Big West tournament in Henderson back in mid-March. Long Beach State missed the tournament last year as they lost their final 15 games of the season. They look for better fortunes this time.
Yeah, this is a big game to win, Bruce. Obviously 1-3 in the Big West, and then Bakersfield 2-3 in the Big West. These matchups are most important because we got to get ourselves back in the win column right now. We have 1 win and 3 losses. There you go.
Looks like the officials decided to review that last play during this timeout for Cal State Bakersfield. So they're going to try and see whether that ball went out of bounds off of Levalon or Alexander last. Ruling on the floor was the ball going to Long Beach State as it rolled out of bounds off the missed free throw. In the first half for Long Beach State, Gavin Sykes had 17 points, 6 for 9 from the field. Petr Mastorovich with 15 on 6 for 7 shooting. So good efficiency from both of the Beach's top scoring options. 53.3% from the field overall so far tonight for the Beach.
And on the other side, Bakersfield, Jaden Alexander, who just walked off with a tiny ankle injury, 15 points. And right behind him, 9 points, Ronald Jessamy.
One standout for Cal State Bakersfield so far in a negative way has been Dolan Smith. He had 30 points in the last game for the Roadrunners has a big fat goose egg so far tonight. 0 for 5 from the field and 0 points for the Roadrunners' leading scorer. Long Beach has done a nice job to take Smith out of the game. He's a first-year Roadrunner, transferred in after not playing in the 2024-2025 season. He's here with the Roadrunners after playing his first 4 collegiate seasons at Alabama A&M.
Yeah, and with Smith out, Alexander being in the guard position as well has really stepped up this game. Obviously, we mentioned that he has 15 points so far, but he's been running the offense, and he's been very vocal on this end, Bruce.
Alexander's listed as a combo guard forward, but he's stepped into the point guard role in this game. Of course, the Roadrunners missing their regular point guard, C.J. Hardy, still out with an injury, and he was in a boot pregame, so it looks like Hardy might be out for a while. There's some rumblings it could be for the year, but that remains to be seen. There's a fairly long review here. Now the officials delivering the word to both huddles. 43-36, Long Beach State ahead by 7. 19 minutes and 18 seconds left in the game. Team's coming back out onto the floor. It looks like it will still be Long Beach State's ball.
Another big part of this game, Bruce, was the fast breaks. 14 points for Long Beach just off of those fast breaks.
Rob Diaz, the inbounder. He gets to Leopold Levelon. Levelon to Majstorovic on the left wing. Majstorovic looks for a screen. Couple of off-ball screens, gets Sykes some space. He gets the pass, drives in, gets it to go, plus a foul. Gavin Sykes with a strong drive, just threw it up with the left hand as he was falling out of bounds. Gets the foul and got it to roll its way in. Gavin Sykes will go to the free throw line with a chance for a 3-point play.
What a bucket, recognizing that he was going to get fouled and then midair still throwing up the shot, even though he knew the play was about to be over.
The foul, I believe, went against A.J. George. It's his 3rd personal, so he's going to check out. Jason Alexander back into the game. Free throw no good from Sykes. It rattled around and then out. 45-36, a 9-point lead for the Beach. Waller across the half-court stripe, gets a screen on the right side, moves around it, now steps back to the right wing, passes into the high post, pass down low from Mark, gets picked off by Petr Majstorovic. Gavin Sykes moves across fast, drives right in, throws it up off the glass, no good. Rebound out for Ronald Jessamy. Waller takes across. Now he has some space, drives in, then steps back to the wing on the left side, guarded by Majstorovic, so a mismatch for the guard for Cal State Bakersfield. Screen on the right side from Jessamy. Switch, now Leopold Levelon guarding Waller up top. Waller passes to Mark. Mark, couple of dribbles, hands off to Alexander. Back to Waller. Waller drives right in, steps through. Back out for Alexander. 5 to shoot. He drives in, throws it up from the right block. No good off the glass. Leopold Levelon has the rebound for the Beach. He hands back to Rob Diaz. Diaz gets a screen, crosses over again, drives with the right hand now. Layup up, and it's waved off. It's an offensive foul against Leopold Levelon. Would have been a block either way, but they call a foul against Levelon before the shot was away.
Yeah, Levelon has had some trouble trying to stick his feet down, especially on these screens down low underneath the bucket.
It's the 2nd personal against Leopold Levelon. His 2nd turnover as well. So he gets called for the offensive foul. Still a 9-point lead for the Beach. Kadar Waller running the point, hands off to Smith along the wing, still looking for his first points. He takes a long 2, no good off the right side of the rim. Now 0 for 6 from the field for Bakersfield leading scorer. Left side, Rob Diaz passes to Farrell. Farrell crossing over, now drives into the key with the left hand, takes the mid-range jumper, no good, too strong off the glass and the rim. Jaden Alexander has the rebound for Cal State Bakersfield. Bit of a scoring drought here from both teams. Smith on the right side by himself with an ISO. Spins, now goes back to the basket, working on Gavin Sykes. Dribbles with the left hand, passes back to the top for Waller. Good defense from Sykes to prevent the ISO bucket. Waller up top, screen on the left side for Mark. He moves around it, now passes back to Mark. Straight on 3-pointer, it's good. Tom Mark, the 6'7" forward, gets a triple to go. 45-39, now a 6-point lead for the Beach.
That's a good idea from him. Top of the key, using his height to knock down that 3.
Rob Diaz on the logo, gives to Gavin Sykes. Sykes now to Leopold Levelon on the right wing. Levelon right back to Sykes, top of the key, gets a screen on the right side. Sykes moves around it, now goes to Levelon, cutting down, now pass to Farrell on the wing, to the corner. Diaz takes a 3 and knocks it down. The contest right in his face from Waller, but Rob Diaz hits the triple. Been a strong game for the Beach point guard, 11 points and 6 assists. back out to an 8-point lead for the Beach, 47-39. Crossover from Waller on the right wing, picks up his dribble, goes to Mark up top. He takes another three. This time it's too strong off the back iron. Offensive rebound for Alexander. To the corner. Smith, three. No good. Barely kissed the front of the rim. A wide open triple for Dylan Smith, and he almost airballed it. Majstorovic on the other end. Throws a lob. Up and under layup. No good, but a foul. Cole Farrell is going to get a couple of free throws. Good find from Petar Majstorovic in transition.
Cole Farrell got some air time on that one. He almost put off the glass, but he was pushed from behind, but ultimately earned 2 free throws.
Farrell 1 for 2 from the stripe so far today. Just a few minutes ago that he shot those 2. 47-39. Farrell will have a couple of shots. 57% on the season. Makes the first one. Cole Farrell's a transfer in from the Beach from Portland State. Almost an entire roster of newcomers this season for the Beach. Farrell, one of them. He's a junior, so should he decide to stick it out, we'll have another year with the Beach next season. Second free throw, no good, so it's another 1 for 2 on this trip. Ball bounces around, but Dylan Purnell comes away with the rebound for the Runners. 48-39, 9-point lead for the Beach. 16:20 left in the second half. Mark with a bounce pass on the right wing. Now Waller gets it up top, swings to Purnell. Purnell into the high post. Mark, one dribble, goes up strong. Pass down low. Now up and under layup from Janess, no good. And coming down, Leopold Levelon has the rebound. Janess couldn't finish. Here's a 3-on-2. Lob. Majstorovic slams it in. Petar Majstorovic lets out a roar as he hangs on the rim for a minute for good measure. It's a lob in transition. Rob Diaz with his 7th assist, and the Beach are ahead by 11.
That was clean. What a jump from him.
Waller to the right wing. Mark Price back to Waller up top. Beach out into a double-digit lead now. Waller passes to the left wing. Purnell right back to Waller up top. Mark trying to set a screen. This offense not in rhythm right now. Pass gets tipped. It's a steal for Rob Diaz. Majstorovic goes back to Diaz. 50-39. Diaz takes a straight on 3. It's good! Rob Diaz hits a triple right on the other side of the floor, and the Beach are ahead by a game-high 14.
The tides have turned. Rob Diaz is leading the way here after that pick and then the 3 after.
An 8-0 run for the Beach. Pass to the corner for Mark. He drives baseline, picks up his dribble, back out for Waller on the wing. He drives in off the dribble and then throws it almost out of bounds. Bakersfield does save it. Waller on the left wing, 15 minutes left. Now to the corner. Purnell drives in, takes a fadeaway jumper, but it's waved off for a travel. Dylan Purnell turns it over, and as we hit the sub-16 media timeout, it's 53-39 Beach.
Long Beach applying the pressure, and Bakersfield does not have an answer right now. 39-53. Long Beach has a good lead with 14:58 left in the second half.
The Beach turning up the pressure on both ends. An 8-0 run holding Bakersfield to a 2.5-minute scoring drought. Long Beach State ahead by 14 here on 22 West Radio. to 39. Long Beach State ahead by 14 over Cal State Bakersfield. It's an 8-0 run over the last 2 minutes as Long Beach State has pulled away.
Bakersfield trying to find their wits once again. Long Beach, 16 points from turnovers.
Long Beach with the ball after the timeout. Petr Majstorovic finds Diaz in the backcourt. Been a great game for Rob Diaz at point guard for Long Beach State. 13 points, 7 assists, and 4 rebounds, plus a couple of steals on the defensive end. Shaquille Bender gets a handoff on the right wing, finds Levelon up top. Diaz rolls to the left wing and gets the pass. Diaz now goes to the short corner, left side. Majstorovic now goes back to the basket, working down on Jessamy. Majstorovic into the key now. Pump fake, steps through, lays it up, gets rejected. Mark with a big block, falling out of bounds. Cornell able to keep it in. What a block that was from Ronald Jessamy. On the other end, it's Waller. Up top, he goes over to Smith, right back. Up top, Waller drives right into the key, dumps off. Jessamy up and under, but he gets blocked. Rob Diaz might have poked that one loose. Diaz has it across. Bender on the right wing, right back to Diaz up top. Top of the key, screen on the left side. Diaz moves around it, picks up his dribble. Now rolls to the corner. Bender with space, pump fakes, but doesn't let it go. To the dismay of the Long Beach State crowd. Heard an exhale. Diaz on the right wing to Bender. Now he drives baseline and goes to the ground. Bender just lets the ball go out of bounds. Now the official walking over and having some hoarse words for the bench. Long Beach State sounded like they wanted a couple different things. First, they wanted a timeout called. They were trying to call when Bender went to the ground. Then he lost possession, and they were trying to say it was poked out of bounds by Bakersfield. They will not get either of those things to go. So it's Cal State Bakersfield ball from the baseline, and a turnover goes to Bender.
Yeah, either way, that's on Bender. He should have taken that first three from the corner and then got tied up over there on the baseline.
53 to 49, or to 39 still. It's a 14-point game. Waller at the top for Cal State Bakersfield, under 14 minutes to go. Screen from Mark. He moves around it to the right side. Now on the elbow, goes up top. George straightaway three. No good off the back iron. They can't buy a bucket here. 3.5 minutes since the last Bakersfield point. Gavin Sykes off the rebound on the other side. Left wing. Sykes gets the screen from Majstorovic. Moves around it. Goes to Petr on the left wing. Petr to Levelon at the top. Levelon one dribble. Now looks for a handoff. Gets to Rob Diaz. Sets the screen. Diaz moves around it. Drives with the left hand. Picks up his dribble. Fadeaway jumper. No good. Rebound goes to Waller for Cal State Bakersfield. He moves across fast. Handoff on the right wing to Mark. He hesitates. Goes to the corner for Price. Now up top for Waller. Waller crossover behind the back. Goes to Price on the right wing. He pulls the three. No good off the back iron. Long rebound out to Shaq Bender. Bender takes it across himself. Crossover on the right wing. Goes through the legs. Then passes it off. Pass to the corner. Now Majstorovic driving right into the key. Throws it up and gets it to fall right over the top of Tom Mark. A good finish from Petr Majstorovic.
Yeah, that's too easy for him. Once he gets to his favorable side right underneath the basket, there's nothing you can do about it.
16-point lead is the largest for Long Beach State tonight. Smith now at top. It's a foul called against Leopold Levelon. Smith is getting doubled by Levelon and Bender, and Levelon gets called for a block. For Leopold, that's his third personal. Rob Diaz now checking out for the Beach. Isaiah Lewis back in to run the point.
Levelon's had a bit of trouble in this second half with these fouls. As you mentioned, Bruce, he's got 3 now. But Long Beach has some cushion, 55 to 39.
Shea Johnson Jr. also checking in. Levelon goes to the bench. Mark Price, the inbounder. He finds Alexander in the backcourt. Jaden Alexander with 15 points. Pass up top, goes to Jessamy. Ronald Jessamy dribbling through the legs, gets a screen, moves around it, drives to the right block, throws it up, and gets a foul. Petr Majstorovic with his hands on his head. He can't believe that he got called for the personal, saying he had verticality. Instead, it's going to be 2 free throws for Ronald Jessamy. Chris Hacker looking like he's walking over and considering challenging this one. Having a discussion with the official. Now Chris Hacker shaking his head, and there will not be a challenge issued. 2 free throws for Ronald Jessamy, 65% on the year. First one up and good. Jessamy now into double figures with 10 points tonight.
That's a tough call to make with Majstorovic over there picking up his 3rd foul.
He is going to check out now. So the Beach getting into a bit of foul trouble. Majstorovic and Levelon, both their starting forwards on the bench with 3 personals. J.J. Tchaikovsky into the front court now for the Beach as Jessamy makes both free throws. Back to a 14-point lead, 55 to 41, 12.5 left in the game. J.J. Tchaikovsky in the backcourt, getting doubled. Passes to Isaiah Lewis. Beach with 2 seconds to get across. Lewis dribbles across himself. Now getting doubled at the half-court line. Pivots out of it. And then Bakersfield backs out in their normal zone. Lewis dribbling on the logo. Passes to Sykes on the right side. They swing along the wing, looking to break the zone. Lewis up top. Top of the key. Now he drives and then brings it back out. 4 to shoot. Lewis steps back onto the three-point line. Has to chuck up a heavily contested three. No good. The Beach just couldn't get anything going in their offensive set there. Mike Price takes a cross for Bakersfield. Asks for a screen. Instead passes to Jessamy up top. Jessamy, couple dribbles, hands off to Alexander. He rolls around the screen, drives right in. Left-handed layup, no good. Shea Johnson tips the rebound out to Tchaikovsky. Outlet up to Lewis. All the way up to Gavin Sykes and out of bounds. The Beach can't connect in transition. Lewis tried to go all the way up on a stretch pass to Sykes, but it flies out along the baseline.
Sykes has been so good at recognizing those transitions, getting ahead of the pack, but this time Lewis couldn't get the pass in.
It looked there like Lewis was trying to lead Sykes towards the basket to drive, but instead Sykes was hugging the sideline. So miscommunication there leads to a Beach turnover in transition. Still a drought of almost 6 minutes since the last Cal State Bakersfield made shot from the field. So Long Beach has turned up the defensive pressure, and they're ahead 55-41 as we hit the sub-12 media timeout on 22 West Radio. Long Beach stayed ahead 55-41. This is a big game here early on in the Big West slate for the Beach to try and get back into the win column. They won against Cal Poly on January 3rd in the resuming of Big West competition, but they lost on Thursday at first place UC Irvine. Currently, the Anteaters, the only undefeated team left in the Big West. Long Beach all the way down, tied for last place in the conference at 1-3.
Long Beach really picking up the pace here in the second half. They're outscoring Bakersfield 13-5 just in this half, shooting 50%, a little bit above from the three and the field goal, led by Majstorovic and Sykes, both at 19 apiece.
One big trend that stood out from early in this season for the Beach, they're at 5-11 overall. At home, they're 5-3. That's in games between their regular home in the Pyramid and in the Gold Mine. On the road, the Beach 0-8, so a trend certainly developing there. The Beach will try and move to 6-3 at home if they can close this one out. 11.5 minutes to go, 55-41 the Beach lead. Cal State Bakersfield with the ball. A.J. George at the top, hands off to Alexander onto the left wing, picks up his dribble, goes back to George up top. He crosses over, drives right onto the right block, gets rejected. Shea Johnson Jr. pinned against the glass. Here's Majstorovic on the other end. To Shea Johnson, to Bender. Pump fake, jab step. Now he slows it down. Up top, Isaiah Lewis gets the ball on the logo. Lewis, top of the key, screen on the right side from Johnson, but then he clears out. Instead, it's Sykes setting a screen, then clearing out and looking for a pass. Lewis shaking his head. The offense just not running well for the Beach on this possession. Lewis passes out to Majstorovic. Wide open three in the corner. No good. Had nobody in the area code, but Pedar can't knock it down. Alexander dribbles across. Hesitates on the left wing. Passes up top for Jessamy. Then goes right back. Alexander passes the post for George. Back to the basket. He spins into the post. Puts it up. No good, but a foul as George went to the ground trying to follow his own shot. He's going to get a couple of free throws.
Kind of threw it over there and try to pick it up where he left off, but I think it was Lewis down in there with the mismatch. trying to size up his opponent there.
AJ George going to the line for 2 shots. He's at 61% from the free throw line this season. 4 points on 2 for 7 from the field so far tonight. George makes the first one. He started 17 of the 18 games for the Roadrunners this season. AJ George played his first 3 collegiate seasons at Long Beach State from the 2021 through the 2023-24 seasons. It was that 23-24 season the Beach made a run to March Madness. George transferred to SMU last year as he makes the second free throw. Didn't play very much, only averaged 2 points per game at SMU. Now back in the Big West with Cal State Bakersfield. Press from Cal State Bakersfield almost forced a 5-second violation before Majstorovic finally got it in. Gavin Sykes dribbles across, getting doubled just in front of the half-court line. Now on top of the ball, just gets it away, but Chris Acker calls timeout. Long Beach State has lost their rhythm on the offensive end a little bit.
Yeah, this full court press, as we see it again, Bruce, we were discussing it off air. We were talking about whether Bakersfield would come back to it because obviously you can't play a full court press throughout the entire game. It's just too much for the players. But as we're hitting the halfway mark of this half, 10:29 left, Bakersfield is resulting back to that full court press, and it's working, Bruce.
Long Beach had their lead extend to as much as 16, now on a 2-minute, 22-second scoring drought. So Bakersfield has cut it down to 12. Long Beach will try and get their offense back in rhythm here before the Roadrunners can mount a full comeback. The big thing that's allowed the Beach to pull away in the second half, the Roadrunners shooting 1 for 12 from the field so far, just about halfway through the second half. 10.5 minutes left. Isaiah Lewis up at the top, 17 on the shot clock. He steps back at the top of the key. Now Cole Farrell comes to get the ball. Off-ball screen for Sykes onto the right wing, but he doesn't have any space, so Farrell dribbles over there himself. Now crosses over, drives into the key, picks up his dribble, goes to the corner for Lewis. 2 to shoot. Lewis takes the 3. No good. Air ball, and an offensive foul gets called against Petar Majstorovic and over the back on the offensive glass. That's notable there as Majstorovic now with 4 personal fouls. He's going to have to play carefully. 19 points for the Beach forward, and he's going to check out. Majstorovic now goes to the bench with 10 minutes left, and he's 1 foul away from an early trip to the showers.
Majstorovic definitely has to clean up his act there. We got to save him. We got 10 minutes left, and he's already in foul trouble.
Shea Johnson Jr. back into the front court for the Beach. It's been almost 8 minutes since the last shot from the field for Bakersfield. Here's a drive and a layup. Ronald Jessamy right on cue breaks the streak with a contact layup. 55-45, now a 10-point lead for the Beach with under 10 minutes to play. Cole Farrell looking for a pass, gets into Shea Johnson Jr., then gets the ball right back on the baseline. Bakersfield backs out of the press. Farrell dribbles across, steps back, gives to Shea Johnson. Now to the left wing for Gavin Sykes. He's got 19 points. Passes to Levelon up top. Levelon 1 dribble. Farrell steps through. Now he hands off to Diaz. Diaz driving in, throws up a floater with the right hand. Strong off the glass, no good. Offensive rebound, though, for Levelon. And then he gets a foul drawn. It's going to be a foul on the floor, but a nice job by Leopold Levelon to elevate in a crowded group to get the offensive rebound.
Smart move from Levelon there, seeing that there was 3 bodies on him, just going up and looking for the foul, and he got it.
Rob Diaz, the inbounder. Gavin Sykes on the wing. Diaz throws it up towards the half-court line for Sykes. He gets a screen. Now working on Jessamy. Sykes isolated on the right wing. Leopold Levelon comes up to set a screen. Sykes pulls the 3. No good. An air ball. Another offensive rebound for Levelon. He finds Diaz cutting, and then a foul gets called as the ball gets to Rob Diaz. Smith reached into the cookie jar. So for Dallin Smith, that's his second personal leading scorer for Cal State Bakersfield. Smith still with 0 points tonight.
A good grab from Levelon there, and an even better cut from Rob Diaz, resulting in the foul. They're going to be inbounding on the baseline now.
Seen a couple of times in this game that Levelon has had some good vision to see a back cutter. Dallas Washington back in the game for the Beach. Inbound goes to Sykes on the right wing. Fresh 20 on the shot clock. Pass to the post for Levelon. He gets stripped. Nice steal from Kadar Waller. He gets out to run. 3-on-3. Waller throws it up. No good, but a foul. That'll go against Dallas Washington in transition. And Kadar Waller, the graduate guard, will get a couple of free throws.
Waller, seeing that size mismatch, knew he was faster than his opponent. Went up and got the foul as well.
Beach scoring drought is all the way out to 3 minutes and 49 seconds now. Cal State Bakersfield just not shooting efficiently enough to get back into this thing, though. The Beach still holding a 10-point lead despite their offense going stone cold. Kadar Waller, a 75% free throw shooter on the season. Puts it up and good. Need some shooter touch there as it rolled around the rim. Waller's got 5 points and 4 assists so far tonight. He makes the second one. 9 minutes and 2 seconds left. Rob Diaz gets the inbound pass in the backcourt. Passes over to Gavin Sykes. Bakersfield still pressuring beyond the half-court line. Sykes now dribbles across. Standing on the logo, he gives back to Rob Diaz. Rob Diaz waits for a play. Sykes comes up to the top to get it, then looks over towards Chris Acker for the play call. Levelon sets a screen, then slips in. Pass to the corner. Dallas Washington pump fake. He drives, takes a mid-range jumper, and gets it to go. Dallas Washington with his first 2 points since all the way back in November. Mid-range jumper for the 6'10 freshman. Back to a 10-point lead, 8.5 left. Up top, Jessamy drives in, Euro step. They wanted to travel, but instead the pass gets picked off. 3-on-1. Sykes lost the ball out of bounds. It's a turnover, and Chris Acker slams the scorer's table in frustration. The Beach had a 3-on-1 in transition, and the bounce pass from Diaz couldn't get handled by Sykes.
That's the second time in a row that Sykes has let go of a transition ball that was all his. So notable frustration from the coach.
10-point lead for the Beach. Smith moves around a screen. Now pump fakes, passes back out to the top for George. To the corner, Waller moves up to the wing, goes back to the corner. George takes a three, no good. Good contest from Dallas Washington. Rebound for Rob Diaz. Under 8 minutes to play. Diaz dribbles across the half-court line. Screen from Levelon. He moves right, drives right in. Layup, no good. Tipped up, though. They're going to call a foul. Nopod Levelon was working again on the offensive glass, and they'll call a foul against, I believe it'll go against Kadar Waller. Either Waller or Jessamy in the paint. They were both around Levelon as he went up for the offensive rebound. So it is a foul against Cal State Bakersfield. The Beach will keep the ball after the media timeout.
And that's the reason why you got to guard Levelon so well, especially in the paint. He's got a few offensive rebounds here, giving his team a second chance, and now with the foul.
Levelon has 9 total rebounds so far tonight, 2 of them on the offensive glass. We hit the sub-8 media timeout, 7 minutes and 51 seconds left in the game. Long Beach ahead 57-47 on 22 West Radio. (57-47), the Long Beach State lead They're still up by 10 coming out of the timeout. It'll be Rob Diaz stepping up to the free throw line for the Beach as the officials walked over and gave a look at that last play. They ruled that Diaz got a shooting foul before the ball went off the rim and then Levelon went up. So it'll be 2 free throws for Rob Diaz. He's already got 13 points so far tonight.
On the defensive end, Bakersfield has been doing a good job to try to close the gap. 10-point game, 11 after Rob Diaz hits the first one. 11 points from turnovers from Bakersfield.
First one good from Rob Diaz. Second shot from the Beach point guard, also good. So he's officially into a new season high. Rob Diaz with 15 points tonight, eclipsing his previous high of 13 against Iowa State. Waller dribbling on the right wing. 12-point lead for the Beach. Pass up top. Moving around, Alexander goes to the short corner. Left side, Jessamy dribbles up towards the wing. Now crosses over, driving baseline. Gets doubled, passes out to Waller on the wing. Waller pump fake, steps back. Gets a screen from George. Slows it down, 5 to shoot. Waller crosses over to the right side. Smith pulls the 3 and gets it to go. Finally, Dallin Smith is on the board with his first 3 points. Now 1 for 8 from the field. Back to a single-digit deficit, 59-50. Washington picks up his dribble, goes to the corner for Farrell. Now back up top for Diaz. 7 minutes and 8 seconds left in the game. Diaz goes to Sykes on the left wing. Bakersfield settling back into their zone. Diaz back to Sykes. Over to Rob Diaz, top of the key, gets a screen, moves right, goes to Farrell. He drives baseline, goes up strong, up and under layup, no good, tipped around, and Waller comes away with the rebound. Under 7 left, Waller in transition, throws it up off the glass, and good. A nice finish, falling out of bounds from the 5'11 guard, Kadal Waller. Long Beach's lead is down to 7. Cole Farrell in the backcourt, up to Diaz. He's driving. Diaz throws up a floater in the key, no good off the back iron. And then a foul gets called on the floor. The foul that's going to go against A.J. George. So for George, that's his 4th personal. Still pleading his case, but it's going to be Leopold Levelon going to the free throw line now. The Beach are in the bonus.
And you see, Bruce, that's the only problem with the full court press. When you got players on the left half of the court and one slips out, they're going to be wide open right underneath the basket. And that's just what happened with Rob Diaz. Levelon just happened to get fouled before he was put up.
George now will head to the bench. Tom Mark back into the game. Let's see how long it takes for A.J. George to get back out on the floor with his 4 personal fouls. Leopold Levelon at the free throw line for a 1-and-1. 67% free throw shooter on the season. Makes the first one, so he'll get to shoot another. The Beach lead at 8, 60-52. 6 minutes and 33 seconds to go. The 5th Big West game of the season for Long Beach State. Levelon makes them both. Nice work from the true freshman at the line to take advantage. 61-52, the Beach lead up to 9. Kadar Waller handling the ball for Cal State Bakersfield. Graduate guard moves to the left wing. Now passes up to the top. Alexander, screen on the right side from Mark. Moves around it. Alexander drives right to the block. Throws up and gets it to go. Plus a foul. Not a ton of contact, but Jaden Alexander able to draw the whistle, and he'll have a chance for a 3-point play.
Alexander is so good at drawing in contact. He kind of shoves his opponents, bumps off of them, and then just kind of recognizes that eagerness to be physical back with him is going to be overstepped and draws in the foul.
The foul went against Dallas Washington, and he's going to check out. Washington with 3 personal fouls. He's only been on the floor for 5 minutes. Free throw is good from Alexander. He's all the way up to 18 points now, and it's a 6-point deficit. Petar Mastrovich running along the baseline just does find Gavin Sykes ahead of a violation. Bakersfield backs out of their press. Sykes crossing over in the backcourt, passes over to Rob Diaz. Diaz standing right on the Long Beach State logo. Gives to Sykes, right back to Diaz. Bakersfield in their zone. So Beach pass to the high post. Mastrovich, 1 dribble. Pump fake. Now throws up a hook with the right hand and gets it to fall. Mastrovich ahead to 21 points to lead the Peach, 63-55.
That's beautiful footwork on the pivot foot there, spinning around twice and getting a wide open scoop shot under the bucket.
It was one of the more efficient zone breaking possessions from the Beach this whole game. Waller up top as the Beach are in a zone of their own now. Waller dribbles once, passes to the right wing. Alexander goes to the corner for Mark. Back to Alexander on the wing. He drives right in, throws it up with the right hand and gets it to fall. Finger roll layup has Alexander at 20 points. Now on the other side, the Beach almost turned it over. Alexander poked the inbound pass out of bounds. 5 minutes and 30 seconds to go in the game. Long Beach now inbounding from the sideline.
This full court press is working wonders for Bakersfield.
Inbound goes to Rob Diaz on the other side of the floor. Diaz spins as Chris Acker yells to get it across. Now he's triple teamed and it's a steal. Outlet up to Alexander. Nobody between him and the basket, and Alexander slams it right home. A turnover forced again by the press. 63-59. Isaiah Lewis running up to the scores table. Chris Acker was frustrated with Rob Diaz on that last play. Diaz an assist shy of a double-double. Passes to Gavin Sykes on the right wing. With just about 5 minutes left. Sykes on the logo. Passes to Levelon in the high post. Levelon throwing an elbow. Now goes over to Sykes. Sykes drives with the left hand. Passes to the wing. Masterovich corner. Diaz. Three is good. Rob Diaz hits the triple. 66-59. Now a 7-point lead for the Beach.
A perfectly executed play right there. Rob Diaz was waiting in the corner. Had a hot hand from three, and he put it in.
Cal State Bakersfield has hit their last 5 shots from the field. Waller dribbling just in front of the center court logo. Now moves over to the right wing. Looks to Alexander up top. He gets it. Mark sets a screen on the left side. Alexander rolls around it. Picks up his dribble. Back to Mark up top. Straight away three-pointer is good. Buckets for Tom Mark. His second three-pointer of the game. Cuts it back down to a 4-point lead. Diaz pass to Masterovich. They're able to break the press. Masterovich hands right back to Rob Diaz. Just in front of the half-court line. Diaz to Masterovich on the left wing. Now to Farrell in the corner. Farrell dribbling on the left wing. Passes to Levelon up top. Levelon down into the post. Masterovich has it. Pump fake. Gets his defender off the ground. Goes up and gets the foul. The shot no good, but Petr Masterovich will have 2 free throws after the media timeout, trying to extend the lead back to 6.
Masterovich doing a great job down there with those pump fakes. He's up to 21 points now, and he's going to have a chance to put it higher with some free throws.
Masterovich 1 for 2 from the stripe to go with his 21 points. He'll have 2 free throws after the break. Long Beach State ahead 66-62, under 4 minutes to go on 22 West Radio. Timeout breaking with 3 minutes and 57 seconds to go. It's 66-62. Long Beach ahead of Cal State Bakersfield. It's been a 3-headed scoring monster for the Beach so far in this game. 21 points from Petr Masterovich, 19 from Gavin Sykes, and 18 from Rob Diaz. Been accounting for most of the scoring for the Beach.
And on the other side, Bruce, Bakersfield, Jaden Alexander, 22 points. leading Bakersfield. Right behind him, 13 for Ronald Giussemi. Alexander's been doing it all pretty much so far for Bakersfield this game.
Alexander's 8 for 14 from the field. Been a good game for the guy who only averages 8 points per game coming in. Petar Majstorovic makes his first free throw. He's shooting 2. So it's 67-62. Majstorovic now will shoot a second. Petar, the Syracuse transfer, 9 for 12 from the field, and now makes both free throws. So he's got 23 points. His career high is 25, set 2 games ago against Cal Poly. Waller across with the Beach ahead by 6, 68-62. Under 4 minutes left. Waller moves over to the left wing. Looks down low, bounce pass gets to Giussemi. Giussemi squares up to the basket in the short corner on the left side. Picks up his dribble, goes up top. Rolling around Smith, onto the block. Picks up his dribble, looks back for a pass. Now fadeaway jumper, hits a couple times and doesn't fall. Rob Diaz has the rebound for the Beach, his 6th. Diaz now keeps the ball and moves across the timeline. 18 points, 9 rebounds, and 6 rebounds and 9 assists, for Rob Diaz. Diaz being hounded by Waller, now passes to the left wing for Majstorovic. He gives to Sykes right there with him. Sykes screen on the left side. Moves around it, pass to the corner. Rob Diaz wide open, pulls the 3, no good. Offensive rebound again for Levelon. Pump fake, goes up and lays it in. Nice work from Leopold Levelon as he lets out a scream. Levelon now up to 6 points in the game and 10 rebounds.
That is ridiculous. Levelon is so good on those offensive rebounds, and that pump fake works every time.
70-62. Waller on the left wing, 2 minutes and 40 seconds to play. Passes up to the top. Giussemi squares up on Majstorovic, pass to the corner. Now Alexander driving baseline, goes up, lays it in, plus a foul. It's going to be another chance for a 3-point play. Oh no, they're going to call it on the floor. So they wave off the basket. Still will be a chance from the free throw line for Jaden Alexander, but instead of a chance to make it a 3-point play, it's going to be a 1-and-1.
Yeah, he was in the middle of the Euro step there. He got fouled on the first step and then took the shot after the second step. The trick there is to try to get it off before the second step so that way it counts for the foul.
First free throw up and no good off the front of the rim. So Alexander blows the first one. Still a 6-point lead for the Beach as they have the ball back. 2.5 minutes to play. Rob Diaz across the half-court line. 1 assist shy of a double-double. Diaz passes over to Sykes on the left wing. Screen from Majstorovic, and he clears out. Levelon sets another screen on the right side. Sykes moves around it, steps back up at the top of the key. Still with the ball. Now Majstorovic moves to the right wing. Sykes drives, spin move into the key, layup, gets swatted. Janess the block. Offensive rebound, Levelon lays it up and in. Leopold Levelon with his second straight second chance bucket. The Beach lead is out to 8. Under 2 minutes to play. Just in front of the half-court line. Waller dribbles up to the top of the key. Janess coming up to the top, sets an off-ball screen. Moving up, Giussemi gets it in the high post. He drives to the right block, and a foul gets called against Petar Majstorovic. And that's going to be it for the Beach sophomore. His 5th personal will mean an early end to the game. Petar finishes with 23 points in 29 minutes on the floor. That's a tough one for Long Beach State, as now we'll have a timeout.
That's definitely a big blow, Bruce. Majstorovic, as you mentioned, 23 points. He was leading Long Beach. Now we're going to be looking at Diaz and Sykes to pick up the slack here as their big man is out.
Petar fouls out. Dallas Washington checks in for Long Beach State. So the true freshman in his first game since November, now playing big-time minutes down the stretch here. It's another trip to the free throw line, this time for Ronald Giussemi, shooting a 1-and-1 for Cal State Bakersfield. Giussemi with 13 points, 3 for 3 from the free throw line so far tonight. For Petar Majstorovic, that's the 3rd time he's fouled out this year. Giussemi makes the first free throw, and he'll shoot another. Tom Mark subbing back in for the Roadrunners. Cal State Bakersfield will try and capture the momentum of the Beach, losing their leading scorer for the rest of the night. Ronald Giussemi shooting a second free throw, and he knocks it down. 72-66, the Beach lead, 1 minute and 48 to play. Isaiah Lewis, the inbounder. Chris Acker calling timeout. Ball gets in before the timeout gets called, though. Beach able to break the press. Rob Diaz onto the left wing. Chris Acker got to be happy that timeout didn't get heard by the officials. 20 on the shot clock. Diaz dribbling on the logo, pressured by Smith. Now passes to Sykes on the left wing. Level on, comes up to set a screen. Sykes moving to the top of the key. Waller defending. Sykes crosses over, 7 to shoot. Now he drives with the right hand. Spin move onto the block, throws it up and out of bounds. It was tipped by Mark. So the ball stays with Long Beach State, 4.5 on the shot clock.
Good defense from Mark there, recognizing the ISO from Syke right there. Syke is most dangerous when he gets the ISO because he has all the space to do what he wants, but Mark stayed grounded and chipped it out of bounds.
Now Chris Acker is calling timeout to try and draw up a play. 4.5 seconds left on the shot clock for the Beach to work with. A 6-point lead, 72 to 66. 1 minute and 22 seconds left in the game.
With only a 6-point lead right now, Bruce, they've got to draw up a play that they've relied on throughout the entire season, something that they're comfortable with. Doesn't need to be anything crazy. Still got plenty of time, but they really do need to get it together.
Without Petr Mestorovic in the game after he fouled out, wouldn't be surprised to see this play drawn up for Gavin Sykes. Sykes has 19 points tonight, 1 point away from securing his 10th 20-point game of his freshman season. It's been a fantastic scorer for the Beach here as a true freshman. Rob Diaz, the inbounder. Dallas Washington sets a screen for Sykes. Not a lot of space, though. Washington rolls and gets a foul. Actually, it was Leopold Levelon that got the pass. So Levelon, after a deke of a screen, made it look like he was setting a screen for Sykes, but then slipped in towards the rim. Diaz found him. It's 2 free throws for the true freshman, Leopold Levelon, one of 3 true freshmen on the floor for the Beach here late.
He's been so good on the board offensively and defensively as well. He has 12 total rebounds.
Levelon makes the first free throw. The Frenchman for the Beach, 3rd on the team in rebounding, coming in at 3.1 boards per game. And he's got 12 so far tonight.
Shooting 67% from the free throw line.
Levelon 3 for 3 from the stripe tonight. No good on this one. Rebound goes to Alexander. 73 to 66, a 7-point lead for the Beach. 1 minute and 15 seconds to go. Waller up at the top of the key. Rolls over to the wing. Now drives. Packed out. Now here's a long 2 from Jessamy. No good. And Levelon has his 13th rebound. Fights around a couple of players. Pass goes to Rob Diaz in the backcourt. Diaz dribbles across. Now getting doubled. Pass to the wing for Isaiah Lewis. We're under a minute to go. The Beach lead by 7. Bakersfield now trapping up at the half-court line. Lewis getting it poked loose. The ball's on the ground, and it's a steal. Alexander on the other end lays it right up and through. Timeout now called by Cal State Bakersfield. They force a turnover and lay it in on the other end. Long Beach's lead is down to 5. They will have the ball after the timeout with 47 seconds to go.
That is a huge play right there, Bruce. A good steal. Alexander putting it in. And like you mentioned, only 5-point lead now with 47 seconds left to go. This is still anyone's game, Bruce.
It's going to be interesting to see here. Oftentimes, whenever Cal State Bakersfield has gotten some momentum in this game, it's been because of the pressure they force from their full court press. Now that's what they'll be going into here, down by 5. Long Beach State ahead 73 to 68. 47.4 on the clock. The Beach will have Shaquille Bender and Cole Farrell both checking in after the timeout.
The full court press definitely working, as you mentioned, Bruce. Applying pressure, especially late in this game. They've been going back to that full court press just to try to create more pressure for Long Beach to handle. And we've seen them crack under pressure with that full court press throughout these last few minutes in the second half.
Leopold Levelon, well, it looks like he'll stay on the floor. 9 points and a career-high 13 rebounds for the true freshman. Chris Acker standing up. Looks like the 5 on the floor will be Bender, Sykes, Diaz, Levelon, and Farrell. Cal State Bakersfield heading out of their timeout. They've got Smith, Mark, Waller, Price, and their 5th man on the floor is Alexander. 73 to 68. Long Beach State ahead by 5. Cal State Bakersfield now in a full court press. They've got 4 of their defenders in the front court along with Long Beach State. The Beach spread out with 4 players all along the baseline. It's Diaz who will be inbounding. Now all 3 players running football routes. Bender comes over into the corner. He's getting doubled. Now passes over to Sykes. Almost got picked off. Couple players collide. 3-on-2 on the other end, and a foul goes to Waller. So Gavin Sykes will be going to the free throw line after Waller got the foul off. 41.8 on the game clock. And the Beach in the double bonus now, so it'll be 2 free throws for Gavin Sykes.
Good play drawn up from Acker there, trying to intertwine through that diamond press that we've been talking about all game. They finally got through on this one. Made 2 of the Bakersfield players collide too in the middle of the court.
Sykes with 19 points. So he can't make the first free throw. As he said, it was a good play design on the inbound from Chris Acker. In the first day of the NFL playoffs, the Beach ran 3 wide receivers from the line of scrimmage, being the baseline. Bender was the one who came over open to get the ball. Shea Johnson Jr. checks in for defense for the Beach and rebounding. Sykes' second free throw is good, so he's got 20 points, his 10th game with 20-plus this season. 74-68, Beach ahead. Across Waller, dribbling quickly, steps through the key, lays it up, and gets a foul. So about 5 seconds came off the clock, and it'll be 2 free throws for Kadar Waller.
Waller's been so aggressive on the inside, especially on transition. He's one of the more faster players on this court, Bruce. He's up to 7 points, and we've seen him get to the free throw line quite a few times.
Waller's a veteran graduate student in his 5th season of college basketball, 3rd with the Roadrunners. Waller at the free throw line, 75% on the season, 2 for 2 tonight. He knocks down the first one, so it's back down to a 5-point game. Waller shooting a second free throw with 36.2 on the clock. Waller able to knock it down. Now the Beach have Shaq Bender sub back in for Shea Johnson Jr. Press still in effect for the Roadrunners as they trail by 4, 36 seconds on the clock. Chris Acker yelling for Rob Diaz to be the inbounder instead of Gavin Sykes. So Diaz now slaps the ball. Long Beach starts their play. Inbound goes to the corner for Bender. He's getting doubled, steps through it, and a foul gets called. The ball was poked loose, so almost a steal for Cal State Bakersfield. Their bench arguing that it should have been, but instead it'll be 2 free throws on the other end for Shaq Bender.
Long Beach has finally found the formula to break that diamond press that we've mentioned so many times during this broadcast, Bruce. And now, number 2, Bender, is going to be at the free throw line with some crucial free throws. Long Beach is only up by 4.
2 free throws for Shaq Bender. We've hit the part of the game where, as Bender makes the first one, if the Beach can just knock down their free throws, they're well in control of the game. They're a 71% free throw shooting team on the season. Tonight, though, the efficiency has been right around there, 15 for 21 from the free throw line for the Beach. Bender shooting a second free throw and makes it. So he goes 2 for 2, and the Beach need him to. Bender will go back to the bench with Shea Johnson Jr. checking in for defense. 33 seconds on the clock, 76-70. Waller moves up fast, now drives right into the block again, dumps off down low. Jessamy gets a foul. Ronald Jessamy was going up. Leopold Levelon turning over to the bench with his arms straight up in the air, trying to say it wasn't a foul. The Beach crowd booing the foul call, but it's 2 free throws for Ronald Jessamy.
Yeah, that's definitely a tough call, Bruce. He had his feet planted. We're talking about Levelon here. And then Jessamy just kind of goes up right into him underneath the basket, trying to draw the foul, of course, and he did.
Jessamy 5 for 5 on free throws tonight. Can't make the first one. It's only the second miss from the stripe for Bakersfield as a team tonight. They're 17 for 19. 76-70. The shot clock is off with 26.5 to play. Jessamy shooting a second free throw. He's got 15 points tonight. Jessamy's second one up and no good. He misses them both. Leopold Levelon with his 14th rebound, and then a quick foul gets called as Rob Diaz got the ball. So it'll be Diaz going to the free throw line for a couple of shots. Leopold Levelon has had a great game in the front court for the Beach. It's actually Leopold Levelon. They called the foul before he got the pass away to Diaz. So Levelon steps up to the free throw line here with a chance to secure his first career double-double.
Levelon up to 9 points so far before these free throws, shooting 67% from the charity stripe.
3 for 4 tonight. Levelon with 9 points and 14 rebounds. Chance to essentially ice this game. Steps up, and the first one no good.
These are crucial free throws to put in as Long Beach is up by 6, but Still enough time for Bakersfield to get off 2 3-pointers if they want to.
Beach 17 for 24 on the night from the free throw line. Levelon shooting a second. It's up and good. So he's got his first career double-double, 10 points and 14 rebounds. 7-point game, 24 and a half to play. Waller in the backcourt, dribbles across in a sprint, drives right into the key, dumps off. Layup is good from A.J. George, and even 18 seconds on the clock, and it's down to a 5-point game. Chris Acker now calling timeout for Long Beach State.
Like you mentioned, Bruce, only 5-point game now. There's still 18 seconds left to play, so Long Beach has got to drop something good here. Make sure that they hold on to it, either get the foul for the free throw line or make a bucket.
This game should be out of reach if the Beach can make their free throws. That's the key at this point. And Beach have had a couple of games this season where they've struggled to hit their clutch time free throws down the stretch. Try and have a different story today. They're ahead 77-72 with exactly 18 seconds on the clock. It'll be Beach ball after the timeout.
We're going to be looking at Gavin Sykes here. It's going to be our best option to get fouled for the free throws. He leads the Beach in those. Rob Diaz, another good second option there, shooting 71% from the free throw line.
You'll see Shaquille Bender subbing back in for the Beach. Had him in these last few offensive possessions.
That'd be another good option in Bender as well, 76% from the free throw line.
Looks like Cole Farrell will be in as well for the Beach. He's only a 57% free throw shooter, but we'll have him in for at least the inbound play. 5-point lead for Long Beach State, 18 seconds to play. The Beach trying to win this game of attrition at the end and pick up their second conference win of the season. Rob Diaz still on the floor for the Beach as well. It's Diaz, Sykes, Farrell, Bender, and Levelon, the 5 on the floor for the Beach. For Bakersfield, they've got Mark, Waller, Alexander, Price, and Purnell.
Definitely going to go back to this full court press once again.
Farrell, the inbounder, looking for a pass, and now a foul gets called before the pass goes in. There were a couple of guys grabbed a piece of Gavin Sykes on the inbound play.
Yeah, they try to kind of sandwich Sykes right there because he's the best free throw shooter. They got 2 bodies on him, and ultimately kind of backfired on him. And now Sykes is going to be at the free throw.
So even though Bakersfield didn't get a chance to force a turnover there, the one good thing for the Roadrunners is that no time came off the clock. It's 2 free throws for Gavin Sykes. Long Beach backs off into the backcourt for the first one. Sykes' first free throw is good. Brings him up to 21 points.
Sykes is 4 for 6 from the free throw line today.
The Beach will still hang out in the backcourt. There are 4 players other than Sykes at the free throw line, all standing right around the half-court stripe. Sykes makes them both. So Long Beach State ahead by 7, 79-72. Waller on the other end, steps back, takes a 3, gets it blocked. Rob Diaz, Waller gets it back, now passes up to the top. Alexander takes the 3 and gets it to go as he's fallen along the three-point line. What a shot from Alexander. 7.8 seconds left. It's down to a 4-point lead. And now Cal State Bakersfield is calling timeout. The Roadrunners just won't go all the way away. 7.8 seconds remain, and the Beach are ahead by 4.
Alexander has had that magic touch all night, Bruce. This is the second three-pointer that he's been falling away in a clutch moment like this. Only a second of the night. He missed 1, so 3 total. Bakersfield is only shooting 33% from beyond the arc.
Jaden Alexander played the first 10 games of the season off the bench for Bakersfield, has started the last 8 now, including tonight. He had one 35-point explosion at UC Davis, but that was the only time before tonight that he had 20-plus points in a game. Alexander with 29 tonight has done everything he can to try and keep Bakersfield in it. 79-75, the Beach lead by 4 with 7.8 seconds to go. Have to imagine Bakersfield's best chance right now is to get a steal off the inbound. Foul game at this point, not enough time on the clock for that to work well for the Roadrunners. Cole Farrell, the inbounder. He throws it up into the front court, and Rob Diaz is there waiting for it. Now he runs around trying to take time off the clock. Finally, the whistle blows. Exactly 4 seconds on the clock as Rob Diaz will go to the free throw line.
What a play right there. Everyone kind of rushing into the backcourt, and then Diaz kind of runs for a Hail Mary pass right there and takes a lot of seconds off the clock. And now there's only 4. And with these free throws, if Rob Diaz makes them, he'll pretty much ice it for Bakersfield.
4 seconds left, a 4-point game. Rob Diaz makes the first one. That is pretty much curtains. A 5-point game, 80-75 with 4 seconds on the clock. Rob Diaz will shoot one more free throw, trying to get himself to his first 20-point game as a member of the Beach. Diaz's second free throw up and good. So Diaz will finish the night with 20 points, 6 rebounds, and 9 assists. A very good game for the Beach point guard. Inbound to Alexander in the backcourt. He dribbles across, going coast to coast, but his layup doesn't get off before the buzzer. And that'll be a final 81-75. Long Beach State able to outlast Cal State Bakersfield and take a home win. The Beach improved to 2-3 in conference play.
What a battle from both teams today, Bruce. Long Beach got the best of Bakersfield in a huge game that they needed to win in the Big West. They pick up their second win in the Big West, as you mentioned, Bruce. And now Bakersfield will have 2 wins and 4 losses.
For Long Beach State, a few statistical standouts. It was, first of all, just a really good game from the whole starting lineup. Petr Mestorovic finishes as the leading scorer at 23 points on 9 for 12 from the field. He did foul out, but still a good scoring performance from the sophomore forward. Gavin Sykes with 22 points, 7 for 13 from the field for the true freshman. And then Rob Diaz with his best game of the season, and it really was a fantastic performance from the Beach point guard. 20 points, 6 rebounds, and 9 assists. Also 2 blocks and 3 steals. Diaz was all over the place, running in transition and setting up his teammates, as well as getting his own buckets with 20 points. So Long Beach State wins this one 81-75 over Cal State Bakersfield. This is the first of back-to-back home games for the Beach, as they'll be remaining here to play against UC Riverside on Thursday.
Overall, great match from Long Beach, Bruce. They fought until the end. Final score 81-75. They got that 6-point lead towards the end. Rob Diaz, the story today.
Long Beach State 6-11 overall this season, 2-3 in conference play as they get back in the win column. Cal State Bakersfield falls to 8-10 overall, 2-4 in conference play as their 2-game win streak is snapped. That'll do it for us here at the Pyramid. For Alex Prado next to me, Sergio Morales on the board in the studio, and the rest of our 22 West Sports crew, I'm Bruce Kuntz, and this has been Long Beach State Men's Basketball on 22 West Radio, broadcasting live at 88.1 FM KKJZ HD3 Long Beach. We'll be back on the air in just a little while for Beach Men's Volleyball at 7:30 tonight. Hope you tune in for that, and thanks for listening to this one.